A recent video from a Huawei store shows the store owner imitating a Taoist priest, repeatedly chanting, "Customers, come from all directions. I want to sell phones and make a fortune." While this was likely a joke, it reflects the struggling sales of Huawei smartphones. I just came from a Huawei store, and if you look at the foot traffic at Apple stores now, the entire building is packed with people. There's no comparison. The foot traffic at an Apple store far surpasses that of Xiaomi and Huawei. Many critics accuse me of being pro-Western, but the consumers are clear-minded. This place is bustling, with cars and people everywhere. I think many consumers and fellow Chinese are somewhat arrogant because they've been misled by some public figures. Now, I've arrived at the Huawei store, and it's the afternoon. The foot traffic here is sparse. Compared to Apple, it's like night and day. As for the Xiaomi store, there's not even a shadow of a person. Every day they boast about being ahead and unique, but they are actually deceiving the Chinese people. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it. This is the current state of the Apple store in Ningbo after the iPhone 17 launch. It's so crowded inside and outside the store. I never expected the foot traffic to be this overwhelming. This Apple store is located in Ningbo City, Tianyi Square. It's impressive. Every table is surrounded by people. Some are here for phones, some are looking at computers, and others are checking out other accessories. Everyone is picking out their favorite products. I noticed the tables with phones have the most people around them. The crowd is huge and seems to be gathering. Now, let's look at the situation at the Huawei store in Tianyi Square. This is the largest Huawei store in Zhejiang province, covering more than 1,380 square meters, with a total area of over 2,600 square meters. Finally, I've seen the current state of both the Apple and Huawei stores in Ningbo with my own eyes. These videos show foot traffic at Apple, Huawei, and Xiaomi stores in the same city at the same time. Amid the Chinese Communist Party's nationalistic propaganda, consumers vote with their actions, revealing their true preferences. During this autumn's peak mobile sales season, Huawei, a Chinese brand backed by the government, faced a sales slump before its phone even launched. It resorted to drastic price cuts to revive its poor sales figures. For mobile products, quality builds user loyalty. People buy phones not just for daily needs, but for stable, lasting experience. Frequent issues, even with low prices, make it hard to retain customers. Phones are more than communication tools. They're companions for life and work. A smooth, user-friendly system that meets functional needs boosts user satisfaction. A robust service system, fast repairs, and attentive customer support foster a sense of brand responsibility and deepen user loyalty. However, Huawei's after-sales service takes an opposite approach, using harsh tactics that shock customers. The Huawei Mate X5 leaked twice within a year, and my attempt at a resolution has been extremely frustrating. I was looking forward to getting the Huawei Mate X5, but to my surprise, the screen leaked twice within a year. Each time, the process left me feeling both heartbroken and angry. The first leak happened in less than 6 months. When I took it to the after-sales service, the staff immediately refused to repair it because I hadn't purchased insurance. Initially, they quoted 5,000 to 6,000 yuan for a screen replacement, but after adding them on WeChat, they lowered the price to 3,000 to 4,000 yuan. I have all the chat records as proof. After I pushed to defend my rights, they were eventually forced to replace the screen for free. What I received in return was a defective single-piece flexible screen, which was neither brand new nor of the same quality. The brightness and refresh rate were far inferior to the original screen. This is what they called free repair. Now, just a year later, the phone is leaking again. This time, the after-sales service claimed it was due to severe impact damage and refused to repair under warranty, saying I would have to pay for the repairs. I was left questioning the purpose of a phone that can't even withstand normal wear and tear. The phone was marketed as durable, even bulletproof, but now a simple drop causes damage. Isn't this false advertising? I strongly suspect the defective screen from the first replacement is the root cause of the second leak. When I asked for a new screen, they only offered another defective one, which I feared would fail again soon. After searching on platforms like Xiaohongshu and Douyin, I discovered that many others are experiencing similar issues with the Mate X5. I'm now preparing to take legal action and encourage others with similar experiences to join me in holding Huawei accountable. I also want to remind everyone to be cautious when buying foldable screens. Don't end up like me, falling into a trap and facing frustration. After my previous visit, I received a call from a so-called senior customer service representative on April 7, who promised to get back to me by the 9th. They later informed me that my phone didn't meet the criteria for a replacement. As an end consumer, I find it extremely difficult to defend my rights. My phone has a clear mechanical fault. I hear a clicking sound whenever I use it. Currently, we have not been authorized by the company and are not accepting interviews.
So, we'd like to clarify, are you saying that this strange noise is normal, or is it due to human error?
We are not accepting interviews. Is this how Huawei handles consumer inquiries and media questions? Mr. Cheng's phone had an issue and you told him the noise was not a problem. Why avoid directly addressing the consumer's concerns? Was the customer service like this when he bought the phone? When Mr. Chen purchased the phone, the staff was friendly, but once there was an issue, he was sent to the after-sales service, where they just passed the issue along. It feels like the store pushes it to the headquarters pushes it to customer service, and customer service tells them to communicate with the store.
This issue has been pending verification for so long. Don't we have enough engineers to solve a small problem like this and find out what's wrong?
Sorry, ma'am. We're not accepting interviews. A designated person will follow up on this matter. This incident was reported in April by Chinese media. The Huawei Pocket foldable phone purchased by Mr. Cheng began making a strange noise as soon as it was used on the day of purchase. The media sent reporters to follow and document the entire process. On the day of the rights protection, the Huawei Service Center did not provide a clear response. As the media continued to follow up and expose the situation, the issue remained unresolved for days. Eventually, the reporter reported the situation to the local Market Supervision Bureau. The government staff indicated that they had sent a letter to Huawei, and the response was that there was no issue with the phone. A government staff confirmed a noticeable noise during testing, suspecting a mechanical fault, and sent a video of the inspection to Huawei's after-sales department. However, Huawei responded that the video needed further review at headquarters. To this day, Huawei has not provided a resolution satisfactory to Mr. Cheng, leaving him frustrated. This is the reality of Huawei's after-sales service, despite claims of superiority promoted by Chinese state media. Frequent product issues, unresponsive customer service, and numerous consumer complaints have revealed Huawei's high prices and poor quality to Chinese consumers. Increasingly, users are sharing online reports of Huawei phones exploding or leaking, while the company deflects responsibility and fails to address complaints, prompting growing public resistance to its products. Huawei, heavily promoted by the Chinese government as a patriotic brand and as a leader in Chinese technology, burdens consumers with risks from the high failure rates of its Harmony OS system. Its after-sales service is dismissive, aggressive towards users, and suppresses media exposure, reflecting authoritarian tactics. In contrast, Apple's after-sales service earns praise even when minor issues attract significant online attention.
Wow,
this is incredible. I have to expose Apple publicly. I just took a 16-inch MacBook Pro in for repair. The issue? The screen had a distorted display with vertical lines. As someone who works in repairs, my initial guess was that something got stuck between the screen and keyboard when it was closed, which damaged the screen. However, the outer glass was still intact. When I sent the laptop in for repair, I didn't expect much, but this MacBook actually belongs to my classmate, and I agreed to help, even though I usually only deal with phone repairs. I thought that if they charged me for the repair, I would just take the laptop back, but when I took it to the Apple store, the technician quickly examined it and took it to the repair room for about 10 minutes. When they came back, they immediately started the repair process without any unnecessary discussion or back and forth. No time wasted. When I got to my car, I received an email from Apple. The email stated that the screen's value was over 5,700 yuan, but in the cost section, it showed 0 yuan. The technician didn't even use a magnifying glass to inspect the impact or check the gyroscope data to see if the laptop had been accidentally dropped. There was no fuss, no arguments, just a straightforward replacement. This kind of efficient after-sales service is exactly why Apple is so popular.
一个故障，苹果直接给我免费换了一台新的 iPhone 16 Pro Max。
I had a button malfunction on my iPhone, and Apple directly gave me a free replacement of a new iPhone 16 Pro Max. The button is not rebounding. There was no external damage or impact. I sent the phone to after sales for repair, and the technician initially estimated a 12-day repair time. However, just a week later, I received a call saying the phone was ready for pickup. When I went to the store to retrieve it, The technician explained that the factory had opted to replace my old phone with a new one for free without repairing the original device. The new phone was a model manufactured in October of last year. I couldn't believe it. I got a brand new iPhone. Apple's after-sales service is well regarded, as shown by strong iPhone sales reflecting consumer approval. In contrast, Huawei deals with frequent quality issues in its phones. Rather than improving its reputation through better service, its after-sales approach is arrogant, alienating former loyal users. In some cases, it even deploys administrative authority to pressure supporters. Recently, a consumer in Heilongjiang accused Huawei's service of calling the police on him during a complaint. He posted a video online, but it was swiftly removed, and his account was banned.
哈尔滨散折叠有问题那个哥们儿已经被处理了。
The Harbin foldable phone has an issue, and that guy has already been dealt with. His account was suspended immediately. When it comes to dealing with consumers, Huawei is truly ahead of the game. With its arrogant attitude, when there's a problem, they immediately shut down the consumer and sue them. This behavior is disgusting, and the people are too easy to bully. Those who support Huawei phones, one day the backlash will definitely hit you.
大家好啊，我是哈尔滨一个卖手机的。
Hello everyone, I'm a phone seller in Harbin, and I use a Huawei XT, also known as a foldable phone. I don't usually unfold it, but last night when I did, I found a bump in the middle of the screen and the glue underneath had come off. So today, I went to a Huawei's after-sales service and waited for about 10 minutes. A male engineer told me that it was caused by human error. He asked me to pay for the screen replacement, which would cost over 3,000 yuan. I thought, how unreasonable is this? Is it really my fault? It's clearly a quality issue when I unfold it, so I took out my phone to record the situation. The moment I pulled out the phone, everyone in the room ignored me. A female manager named Yu was there, and when I talked to her, she acted clueless. She just kept repeating, according to the 3 guarantees law, we cannot provide a warranty. While I was still arguing with her, she had already called the police to arrest me. This is how Huawei treats consumers. This is how Huawei's chairman, Richard Yu, taught you, right? Call the police on consumers? Honestly, I don't even know what to say. She told the police I gave her a heart attack, but who is really getting upset here? You just used the 3 guarantees law to deal with me, and now you're claiming I'm the one making you angry? The police came and tried to convince me to resolve the issue in another way. They told me, if you stay here, I have to come because she called the police. Then I asked, how do you know my personal information? Where did you get it? I told them, I'm not afraid of you. I'll go all the way with this and expose you. I will never use your brand again in my life. The police did not arrest him, but urged him to leave and resolve the issue elsewhere. He later posted a video detailing the incident, criticizing Huawei's after-sales service and its ineffective 1-year warranty despite spending tens of thousands on the phone. He vowed to smash the device outside a Huawei service center, regardless of the outcome, and swore never to buy Huawei products again. Beneath the claims of being far ahead, Huawei's product quality falters, with its patriotic premium models plagued by frequent leaks. Ignoring legitimate consumer complaints and shifting blame, Huawei employs tactics reminiscent of authoritarian suppression, including calling the police to silence critics. This reveals the true nature of the brand and the interests it serves. By late 2024, overseas media reported that Huawei's chip technology, tied closely to the Chinese government, was falling further behind global standards due to escalating Western sanctions. As a leading domestic chip maker fulfilling political mandates, Huawei periodically launches new models, hyping technological breakthroughs. These bold claims often trigger further US sanctions, narrowing Huawei's path forward. In June 2023, Huawei launched its Mate 60 Pro, touting a 7nm self-produced 9000S chip. This prompted stronger US sanctions, followed by US and Dutch restrictions on exporting older, deep ultraviolet lithography machines, which use multiple exposures for advanced chip production. In June 2024, Huawei claimed its Ascend 910C processor could rival NVIDIA's H100 AI chip. The US launched an investigation and by October 2024 confirmed Huawei's Ascend 910B used TSMC's 7nm chips. On November 11th, under US Department of Commerce orders, TSMC halted sales of 7nm and more advanced AI chips to mainland Chinese clients. 2 days later, Samsung, Intel, and others were directed to comply. Despite Chinese state media claims that US chip bans spurred domestic innovation, Huawei's chips will remain at the outdated 7nm level until at least 2026 due to sanctions. Meanwhile, TSMC will produce 2nm chips, leaving Huawei 3 generations behind. Apple's iPhone 15, released in 2023, already uses a 3nm processor, far outpacing Huawei. High-cost production to meet political goals, flawed chips, an isolated Harmony OS ecosystem, and bureaucratic after-sales service have undermined every chance to win user loyalty. Huawei's self-deceptive approach has made the decline of its phone business an inevitable outcome. Huawei's premium phones, marketed to patriotic fans, are marred by inflated prices and frequent failures, eroding trust. Poor after-sales service has dampened enthusiasm for domestic brands. Huawei, a brand propped up by hype and deceptive practices, is destined to collapse. As Apple's iPhone 17 launches with strong sales this fall, complaints on Chinese short video platforms about Huawei's neglected products underscore this reality.